Hi there, thank you for joining us again. I appreciate your presence and your interest. Three friends went fishing once and a storm arose and it threatened to sink the boat. And two of them began to pray, but the other man just sat there and watching. And his pals begged him to pray, but he said, it's been years since I've prayed or been in church. And then finally he said, I will. And this was his prayer. Oh Lord, I've not asked for anything for 15 years. If you get us out of this, I promise I'll no bother you again for another 15 years. If we were honest, we'd probably confess that at times we're a bit like that sailor, but prayer is important. There was once a black American singer who never sang in a concert without standing silently before his audience to pray for a minute or so, to pray for God's help. He went once to visit a plantation where his mother had been a slave, and the old master and his wife were still alive, but the years had reduced this once proud southern family to poverty. And there stood this now famous and wealthy son of one of their former slaves, and would you have blamed him if he had said, how the mighty are fallen? But that isn't what he did. Actually, he asked them if there was anything he could do to help. And he reached into his pocket and pulled out a cheque, and he handed it to the elderly mistress. When she looked at that gift, she began to cry. And then in a split second, the three of them were in each other's arms, three of God's children. No dividing line of colour, bitterness or hate. Because as we all know, love changes everything. We know how important it is to love and be loved. We may make jokes about our relationship, but we all know how much we need one another. You may have heard about the insurance fellow who called on a young chap after he had come back from his honeymoon and said to him, now you're married, you'll want to take out more life insurance on yourself. And the young fella says, I don't think I need any more. I don't think she's that dangerous. Or like the wee fella said to his mum, if daddy should die, do you think there would be another man in the world quite like him? And his mother said, maybe there is, son, and it would just be my luck to meet him. Humour has always been a way of releasing tension in relationships. And the reason we do this is because we know just how much we need love, and we need to be loved and to give love. John Donne was right when he said, no man is an island. We are not isolated ships on a lonely sea. Love is a powerful force. I'm actually quite convinced that the most miserable people in this world are those who continually look after themselves. They're always talking about themselves. They're always thinking about themselves. We were never created to live like that. We are not islands. We are called to live in community, to love each other, and to care for each other. Yeah, I know. We now live in a world that's grown increasingly selfish. But surely, you and I, as individuals, we can buck that trend. Let us at least try. And God bless you as you do. Thanks for listening to me.